Hey, what's going on, everybody? Anthony Conklin, AnthonyJConklin.com. I am really happy to report and announce that I just got my copy of Gary Vaynerchuk's book, Crushing It. And I heard a lot about it. I see people posting left and right. I'm sure you can't miss it. I mean, I say this with love, Gary's like shit. He's everywhere, right? You can't miss him. And I was excited to get the book, one, because the book came while I was traveling. I was away for a bit, but I was really surprised that the book isn't really that thick. So it's not one of these tremendously big books, and I think you could probably read it, I don't know, you probably read it in a weekend. But the thing that struck me, other than the big yellow, bold color, which you can't miss, is that when I opened it up and I started to kind of skim through it, I was expecting all these things to jump out at me, and I was happy to see that it wasn't. So the couple things I want to bring up that really struck me about it was the intro and how he talked about, he talks about his daughter wanting to be a YouTuber and all that good stuff. I like that he breaks down the different sections where he talks about Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, podcasting, and voice first, which I think is pretty cool. But as I'm fanning through it, for those of you that know me, I'm all about passion. Everything in my life is passion. And for some it's good, for some it's bad, but for me, it's everything in my life is all based around passion. So when I open up the book and fan through it, what page did I open to? I opened up to the section that said passion. And I want to read this one little section here because I think it's important. So for those of you that are trying to either be an entrepreneur or want to be a success in your industry, anything you do or all that you do has to derive from passion. So this is the section of the book. Again, it's a Gary Vaynerchuk book called Crushing It. And the really cool thing about it is that I open up to the section called Passion, and this is what it says. It says, I know many of you working on jobs that make them heaps of money, who aren't happy, but I don't know anyone who works around their passion every day who isn't loving life. So I think the whole idea behind passion is you got to absolutely love what you do, and no matter what, you have to love it, and you'll enjoy life. So being passionate, you'll enjoy your life. Section here says, every one of the people interviewed for this book agreed that there's no point in trying to be an entrepreneur without passion. Your business can't be just a job. It has to be your calling, says Andy Frisella, founder of nutrition and fitness brands, supplements, superstores, and First Form Explained It Best. Now let me read you this part because this is where I'm going to turn it over to you to absorb it. You're going to go through a time where you're not going to make any money. Now that's a big thing for people when they get into being an entrepreneur. The first thing they say is, I think you should order the book, by the way. You should get the order. You're going to go through a time where you're not going to make any money. It's not going to be a week. It's not going to be a month. It's not going to be a year. It's going to be years. And during that time, if you don't love what you're doing, it's going to be very hard to stick it out. That is something that people don't understand when they hear follow your passion. They hear rainbows, unicorns, and bullshit. And I said in one of my videos, it can't be just ice creams and rainbows all day. You have to do the hard work. He says, but the truth of it is that it's important, because if you don't enjoy what you're doing, you're going to be that much more likely to quit when shit's hard. So when you think about what's most important for you in your life, think about what you're passionate about. I always talk about passion, purpose, and why, and because that's just how I'm wired. Think about what you're passionate about. If you like being an electrician, just be passionate about electrical work. If you like being a carpenter, think about the best thing you could do with carpentry. Right? If you're running any type of business, think about what's most important in your business that you want to run. So I'm going to read this last paragraph about passion. Again, we're talking about the book, Gary Vaynerchuk's Crushing It. It's a great book. Again, it's not a very thick read. You can probably read it over a weekend. And I mean, everybody from Jessica Alba to Lewis Howes to so many people are quoted in this book, and I really believe that you should pick up a copy. I'm not getting endorsed or I'm not endorsing the book to be paid. I'm just endorsing it. It's my personal opinion. So I'm going to read this last section for you. So when you're passionate about what you're offering the world, whether it's sales training method or vintage toys or the quality, both your product and your content will more likely be what it needs to be to get noticed, valued, and talked about. Interestingly, many of the people we interviewed pointed out that you don't even have to be passionate about the product or service you're offering. What's imperative is that you are passionate about giving. That's what you need to do. You got to be passionate about giving. So when you read this book, right? The first thing I thought was this is going to be just another social media type book where I'm going to find out all these tricks of the trades of YouTube and I'm going to find out all about Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and all that other, happy horse shit. And I just call it happy horse shit because that's just my way of sharing. But at the end of the day, it's really all about the journey of different entrepreneurs giving back. And, here's the thing you need to think about giving back, and I think about this myself. It's easy to say when you're wildly successful that, oh, giving back is great, giving back is awesome, oh yeah, giving back is super great. But you're not thinking about giving back when you're on the journey because you're all about making money. You're all about getting to that point where I need to make money and I need to build my business. So Crushing It, right, by Gary Vaynerchuk, this book is about successful entrepreneurs that basically ate shit for so many years and was successful. They were really good at what they did. And I got to tell you, I think the entire book can be read by reading this one section. Just read the section about passion. Passion, purpose, and why. If you can answer those three questions, I believe you are going to be massively successful. So anyway, that's my quick take on Crushing It by Gary Vaynerchuk. You can go look at the sections about YouTube and tagging people and using Twitter and all these other sections here and then all these quotes. Really, really great stuff. But I think at the end of the day, if you're not thinking about your passion and executing your passion, you're not going to be successful. Anyway, thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it. Once again, it's the book Gary Vaynerchuk's Crushing It. My name is Anthony Conklin. You can find me at anthonyjconklin.com. I'm a keynote motivational speaker. I also run a USA-based company, and I've been doing it for a long time. 27 years in entertainment space, 25 years in corporate America. You have greatness within you. That's what Les Brown says. Your job in life is to live your passion every single day. Have yourself a great day, guys. Love you, and I'll talk to you soon.